Okay, so we're back. We were here about to start the battle. And I was debating whether I can make it better than the Out-Resolve. Out-Resolve loses 2 swarm units and heavily damages the flyer unit. So that would be the best position for us to occupy. They will stay here. This unit will be surrounded. So encircled, I believe it's called. If 3 enemy units are adjacent to one of your units, it loses 3 defense when they attack. So I would be able to inflict more damage on this one. These 2 will be fighting this guy, or maybe these 2 will be fighting this guy. I won't be able to arrive there in time though. So you go here, you go here, you go at max here. Let's try. You, yeah, at max there. You can go there. You at max here, you here. There. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll see how it goes. Most likely they will attack this guy 2 times, which would be painful. But then I would be so this guy 1, 2, 3, but through the forest I don't think it can arrive here. So it will be 1, 2, and the third one is probably waiting here or there. So he will fly next turn and complete this position. Let's see. For now we're defending. They hit hard. You see, almost dead. Alright. You arrive here. That guy is now encircled. So we probably will be able to kill him. Efficient against infantry. This guy's dead. This guy is probably also dead. You go 15, 24, 34, 46. So minimum 13. 15 plus 34 would be 49. He's surviving that. So I would rather go here. Now he's encircled. Now we can totally murder him. So 17 plus 32. 17 plus 32. Not enough. But 24 plus 4. Let's try that. Oh, that was very... Okay, good. you come here, you attack this guy. So, we lost both larvas, but these guys fully alive. We got ourselves better armor. We got 20 meat, 20 corpses, new larva, and this is something that can heal us. Good. So, larva is here with us. Let me put on the armor. So old armor was 30 health, 5 defense. This is 35 health, 8 defense, plus might, plus resilience. So definitely. Okay, apparently the problem is not only with the populations, it's also with dragging the equipment. Somehow I cannot drag it. Like I can click on it, but I cannot drag. So only double click would actually puts it on. Weird. Now we can use the meat to specialize the unit, turn it into the shooter, the flyer, or a better swarm. This guy recovers 100% of health when eliminating a unit. That would actually save our larva, because we had one larva that was nearly dead and did a final hit on an enemy unit. So that would fully recover the swarm and would prevent me from losing it. Shooter is a basic shooter, so doesn't have anything special whatsoever. It's free tile ranged unit, efficient against flying, and the flyer will already seen. We actually can have a look at all the available units here. So if we continue the swarm tree, this guy gets doesn't get more health. Cannot be true. It does get more health. So it goes from 65 to 100 and from 2838 to 4050. So significant upgrade in damage, significant upgrade in health. For some reason it is not written here, but it gets this special passive skill, Feast on the Dead, so it can heal now. Later this unit can be specialized either in Behemoth, that would be a Juggernaut unit, so a unit that is that gives additional damage to breach fortification, so makes sieges faster, and has extra damage on infantry. However, Juggernauts are vulnerable to swarms. Swarms have extra damage on Juggernauts. There are not so many swarms in the game, though. There is a swarm in Aspects have a swarm explorer, but I don't fight against Aspects here. So the others, I'm not sure whether they have a swarm or not. Or it is next stage of the swarm, which gets coordinated attack. Coordinated attack gives you bonus damage if you have 2 friendly units next to you. Basically, that goes very well together with encirclement, but it can also happen differently. So imagine if my units are standing this way in line, that guy is adjacent to 2 units, or maybe even we have 2 units here and 1 behind. This guy is adjacent to 2 units. Even if these enemies are not encircled, this guy would still get opportunistic attack and have an extra damage. So coordinated attack, sorry. So it is extra damage when you have friends nearby. This guy gets even more extra damage when there are friends nearby. So we have the Swarm path, we have a Juggernaut path. What does Juggernaut do? It has Wild Swing, which is a passive skill, which is awesome. So it is 100% of the unit's damage to the enemy units adjacent to both target and attacker. So it hits a lot of units with a single hit and strikes target and 2 adjacent units. To enemy adjacent to both target and attacker. What does it mean? If I'm here and the target is here, this and this, they are the 2 tiles adjacent to the attacker and to me. So it will be a cleave of basically 1 tile and 2 tiles on the side of it. All of them will get 100% of attack damage. So it allows to hit up to 3, usually 2 units with, well, a powerful attack. It is a passive skill, so it's not something you can do once. It works every single time. And then it has defensive plate. So when it is taking damage, it gets shield. So shield is a temporary health that goes on top of your health bar. And so if you receive damage, it first depletes the shield and then your health. So it is an offensive unit. You want to be hitting. You don't want to be sitting around defending. So it would naturally be in the heat of battle and being shot at and beaten. That gives it some extra survivability. Can be triggered only once per battle round. So once per battle round, we can get a bit of shield. Good. Now this behemoth then can be specialized in 2 different ways. Savage behemoth or lurking behemoth. What do they do? Savage behemoth gets blood rush. When eliminating a unit, adds an extra action token. So potentially it can give us 2 attacks in a round, and both of them are cleave attacks. So it can do a lot of damage. Like you can attack a weakened unit, kill it. Your first attack with cleave will damage units nearby, and maybe your second attack would be able to kill them. So seems very powerful. This dude, instead of that, gets Wild Swing 2. So it is a better cleave, I believe. Greater cleave. Deals 100% of the unit's damage to enemy. No, wait. Wild Swing the same. It gets Shattering Strike. Applies vulnerable 2 to target units. They lose 50% defense. And I believe that would also go to the enemies hit by the cleave. I'm not sure. So up to 3 enemies getting minus 50% of defense is strong, especially when you're fighting some heavily defensive factions, such as Aspects, which again, I'm not fighting here. I didn't choose Aspects because one game when I saw them, they just immediately started befriending me, and well, kind of takes some challenge away when you have friendly neighbors which do not force you down some difficult paths. Because if all my neighbors leave me alone, I will just build a very strong economy and snowball out of control. Okay, these are our juggernauts. Here are our ranged units. So we can specialize into ranged unit. Initially has nothing special. Usually ranged units would have a thing like, I don't know, we coordinated attack or dealing extra damage to isolated unit, something. It is absolutely basic ranged unit. Its first upgrade though gets a cruel passive skill. So when attacking damaged unit. It ignores its defense. It is cool, although first a unit needs to be damaged. And we saw that this Juggernaut, for example, wants to be finishing units, as well as our fighter, hero. They both have extra actions upon finishing the unit. So they want to follow up on something that does initial damage and make a unit damaged. So would be ideal role for a ranged unit, but this specific one also want to be a follow-up. So who would be our alpha striker then? That is a question. Now, it can be further specialized into Infestor, who gets increased range. So now it is a 4-tile radius. That's good. And it is infectious. When eliminating a unit, a feeder joins the battle until its conclusion. Feeder is this guy. So it is a stronger swarm unit, a stronger larva. Again, somebody who wants to be doing the final strike. We have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now the fourth and the hero. All of them want to be follow-uppers. Now, this dude gets Inspiring Strike. Applied Inspire 2 to adjacent friendly units when it is attacking or defending. What is Inspire 2? Inspire 2 is extra 30 damage. This is good, but this guy is ranged 4, so chances are he's standing somewhere in the back line. So he would be inspiring other ranged units while the front line is too far away. Unless you just keep him constantly right behind. So useful passive, but I am not convinced about it being on this unit. We'll have to see, I guess. And finally, our path of flyers. So this is a flyer that we have seen. It can get Patroller. So Patroller is the usual skill that every scout has in every faction can have. So a Patroller is a specialization of a scout usually. It gives 1 movement point to all units of the army, so allows us to be faster on the world map. Here, 2 movements point. Great. But then remains relatively useless in the battle because doesn't get any special skills for the battle. Alternatively, it can get Fearless Charge. So if it moves 3 tiles in a battle round, it gets 15% damage to the next attack. So basically, as a cavalry, it wants to get some run up to hit stronger. And this guy gets Fearless Charge too. Even more damage. Now, what I'm noticing here is that they don't have an actual scout. So any scout in a different faction would have a passive skill Aware that makes it see all the tiles in the radius of 3, even if they are behind forest or mountain. Because so these guys, if I bring this guy here, for example, won't be able to see what's here because it's behind the forest. I would need to step into the forest to be able to see the next tile. A scout, on the other hand, with the skill of Aware, will be able to see these tiles and these tiles. So this faction does not have an Aware unit. So it has a fast unit that allows everyone to move faster, but it doesn't have a reconnaissance unit. So something to be aware. Now, I will not be spending my meat to improve this unit. I will be spent in the corpses to buy the population, because I want as much early boost to my FIDSI production. It's called FIDSI because it's food, industry, dust, science, influence. FIDSI, FIDSI. So population works on the jobs, and that's what I want now. So I will buy a population. It delayed the next one only by a turn. It was 7 turns for the next one, now it's 8. And of course the price goes up, so it becomes more and more expensive to buy a population. Now, do I want him to be a citizen on the food, or do I want him to be a scribe? So it is 8 turns like that. If I'm with 4 food per turn, come on, okay, get scribe, and like that it's 20 turns. Very different, but it gives us 7 influence against 4. Okay, let him be on the food for now. We'll see how it goes later. Now you can go and grab this curiosity next turn, and then see what kind of tiles are available here, and maybe we can pop down a burrow and maybe turn around to explore there. Now I would send one of the units this way to explore if it didn't die, but it did. Do I want to split the army now? At turn 7 the villages will start spawning their own armies. This one, no, this village is destroyed, and these armies will start attacking me immediately. If I don't have 3 units in an army, it might get tricky. Now it gives me a couple of turns to run around, but if one unit will run there and another here and another here, by the turn 7 I wouldn't be able to get them back together. And I'm not sure I have a lot of money to build tons of burrows, so I can just teleport them. Okay, let's hit end turn and let's see. You go there. Okay. Oh, another anomaly. So this gives 6 food. This is 1 food. So if I put a burrow here, I get 7 money and 7 food, which is not bad. But I would still like to see. By the way, you guys, you're standing on curiosity. You're not standing on curiosity. Now you're standing on curiosity. Now we see these parts and they don't seem to be 8 food, but losing on a lot of money. Nah, I don't think it's a good idea. Here, 4 science and 8 production, and then very close to this anomaly, which gives another 6 production. So that is a prime real estate. There are places where you can get camp with a total output of 20 plus feeds. Here it's only 12. It's prime real estate for our starting condition. Apparently something good is here, the game tells me, but I don't really know what is there. So game, stop cheating. stop telling me something I don't know. You will be building a borough here. Now, it will not give me this 7 food and 7 money right away. It will give it when I connect it to my city. On the other hand, if I do it this way, 2 of my foundation tiles will be taken by reach, so I'm losing out on 2 foundations. And foundations, as you can see, cost significant amount of influence, and it gets more expensive the bigger is the city. So by building a camp here, I'm losing out on 2 possible foundations, while if I build it, for example, here, I would lose only 1 foundation. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Um, 12. And then this would be a nice place for a laboratory, actually, for a lab. Decisions. Also, I can buy this guy with all my money and then not being able to do anything else. It will give me 10 extra dust per turn, so 16 dust a turn. No, probably I will wait 1 or 2 turns more, so I will probably buy it because it is a strong improvement, but not with all my money. I want to have some to be able to set a camp or 2. Oh, and somebody settled the city there, so it's time to start taking territories here. Let me do the following. You fly in here. A village that I would be able to attack, and it gives health on hero, which is good. We want health on our attacker here because it doesn't have a lot of defense and health sources. So if I'm settling on this territory, I would be able to eventually pacify them and get this bonus. Okay. In the end, build it here. And we'll see with the rest. Actually, I first wanted to see what are these tiles it advertised to me. So can we arrive there? Yes, we can. Ooh. The 6 industry anomaly. Good one. 844, 12-4. So this gives us 16 Fidzi. This gives us 16 Fidzi. I think I will be settling here. This place is rich in science. I need science. So I will actually put a borough here next turn. You will fly to get the curiosity and then circle down to meet this guy, because soon enough this will spawn a unit, an army of 2 units, and I will need to fight them. And this is yet another territory. So okay, now this costs 148. I cannot afford it, plus I want to spend another money on, well, I don't need to place a borough right now because I still don't have influence to attach it. So let's see. Borrow complete. Brave New World. This is the start of our faction quest. For millennia, the swarm had been bound to Saeda depths, eking out a miserable existence in the darkness. Forays up onto the islands were met with frenzied fighting death. The bronze plates, fledglings by swarm standards, were the worst. Battle hardened without mercy. Sometimes they even descended, braved the outer reaches of the nest. Of the swarm, only the High Matriarch still remembers Saeda without its seas. Never-ending deserts, vast constructions, easy prey. More than anything, she craves the return of those days. Yeah, so those seas that we see, they weren't there all the time. So there is a lot of territory that used to be habitable, which is now under the sea because some cataclysm covered it with water. So when the seas will be receding, it will be showing us the territory that was habitable back in the days. Okay, next. I feel change coming to this world, Prime. The swarm does too. They are restless. She who sustains us. So that's the matriarch talking to me, to Prime, one who stalks afar, the leader of necrophages. Storms, fallen stars, meaning what? Meaning nothing if we do not prepare. Do you want the swarm to fester in the darkness for another 1,000 years? So the conversations in this game are the weakest part of it. I hate these conversations with passion because, like, come on, who speaks like that? It's like, I don't know, dude. You're talking to the matriarch and you're talking to the leader of your faction. Like, I don't know. What would you have the Prime do? I mean, no slight on your command. We just, who knows what's coming? So, I don't know. Why so insecure? You're more than 1,000 years old matriarch of a murder bug swarm. Like, I don't think you should be talking like that. Our time is coming. We should be ready to strike. Burrows? Yes, burrows. Use action build burrow 2 times with one of your armies. And it will give me 15 foot. So, I was too hasty. This burrow didn't count. This burrow has been built before the quest started. So now I need to build 2 new burrows. Spend a lot of money. I don't have that money. Cipher of Horror found. This is a useful item. It is a one-time use, which allows us to call a horror to join a battle. It's a cavalry that is cruel, that has incapacitating strike, makes units slower, which is not that important for us. Like, there is no backline we don't want them to reach. So having an extra unit in the battle is always useful. Unfortunately, we do not have quests with minor factions, because there is a faction that gives you an accessory that allows you to call a unit every single time. So this is a consumable. I use it once, it's gone. This accessory would allow to call a unit every battle, and it is extremely powerful. Okay, so I want to build here. I want to attach this territory. I want to get more science. I want to get more production. I also want to get more money. What do I want more, production or money? I can still move here. Yeah, let's do that. You go here. Okay, something wrong with the clicks. So previous, first, the problem that I'm experiencing with the dragon population, like I cannot grab a population every time. Now I can. Now I cannot. Now I cannot. I cannot. It's not like I'm holding the button. It's not grabbing. The same goes for the equipment. I cannot drag the equipment. And holding the right mouse allows us to to see how much would it cost to arrive somewhere. But it acts as a click. So despite the fact that I'm holding the button, it actually issues a command to go there instead of showing me the path. This is a problem. And I don't think it wasn't the case, not on the beta branch, on the main branch. So it seems to be a new bug. Okay, I need to be aware of it, I guess. So we are out of money. We need to fight bad guys to earn some more money. Now, I want to attack this village and I want to attack their units that they're going to spawn. So I kind of don't have time to go there. Unless you go there, you take the curiosity and go back. You both borrow in there and you go back and forth and we'll return by this time. Okay. So let's explore a bit. Minor faction discovered. So these guys are Black Hammers. +1 damage per pacified village under protectorate on unit. So these guys give health to the hero. These guys give damage on units. So I would like to pacify them as well. Pacify meaning to build a protectorate. Currently I have only one slot for a protectorate. I need to unlock more slots, which is a matter of research. So first I need to research 8 technologies to go to the next year of research. Then I need to research 16 technologies altogether to go to the next year of research. And here I will be able to get an extra protectorate slot. And here I will be able to get a new one. And so altogether I will have 3 protectorates. That is not a lot. My last game with aspects, I think I had 6 or 7 of them. So, no, wrong button. So having only 3. Well, these 3 that I have here actually are not the worst. Having defense on unit, having damage on units, and having health on hero are all very useful to me. So I would want to pacify them all. Here we have a dust anomaly. Little crabs are walking around. Crustaceans that embed dust in their distinctive shells. So I would want to expand there as well. So many places I want to expand. Not so many resources. So, talking about that. We do need money. So we do need money. So I guess after... I don't see us devouring the land just yet. First of all, we don't have free armies. They're just idle there to eat the ground. Second, currently, like all these zones, I want to be attaching to my city. I don't want to strip them of resources. So after the workshop, I'd rather to get some money and then a forum. So I need money, I need influence more than I need eating the ground. Bridges so far have not been absolutely necessary. And approval. So currently is also not an issue. We're right with the approval. We are content. By the way, I haven't checked what my population bonuses are. Tier 1 improvement, larval pulp. Resource of larval matter reaching nutrients aid growth of the nest. Details: plus 10 food on city, minus 30 specialization cost on unit. Okay, so cheaper, less meat to spend on specialization and more food in the city. That is a good thing to build. Why my frame rate is so low suddenly? You all right? I don't know. Maybe I need to... Am I running out of resources because I'm recording? I don't know. Okay, next we have plus 2 food on necrophage population. This plus 2 food, by the way, is ambiguant of... Ambiguant? No. Oh. What's the word? Ambivalent, ambiguous, probably, that's the word I'm looking for, of the job the population occupies, because here we have special conditions that we get food, industry, and influence if we work citizen, artisans, or scribes. The plus 2 food that we get from a population bonus will go to all the necrophage, no matter what jobs they do. And when we get 30 of them, we get plus 10 food on city with necrophage population. So it's just 10% bonus to whatever food we do, and we will be producing a lot of food. So I have no money to buy it, but I am slowly developing more and more structures to build. So I guess by the time this is done, I would be able to build a workshop here, by this style. I don't need to put communal habitations in the area. I can to improve everything, but I don't need to. It can be workshop, lab. I want to put a lab here because it's adjacent to anomaly. It will allow me to buy the anomaly, and it will, because it has a yield of 2 different types, it will have extra science. And then I will be able to rebuild the village. Actually, I'm already able to do so. It will take 5 turns of my production. Nah, not now. Okay, end turn. Works are done. Now I can remove the forest. Okay, borrow complete. So you want to grab this curiosity. Another village, plus free health regeneration per pacify village or villages under protectorate on unit. Plus 10 health. That is also a good one. I don't have good defenses. So I will be getting damaged. Getting regeneration would be very useful. Also, I like their type of population, but I cannot have their population. Wait. I think I will stop it for now here. So, and I will see you in the next one.